Naima loves to create the traditional alpana patterns Bangladeshi women and girls paint in their homes for special celebrations. Her designs are always the best in the village, but Naima wishes she could help earn money for her family. Her friend Saleem can drive his father's rickshaw. If only I had been born a boy, Naima thinks. Here is a preview of Rickshaw Girl by Mitali Perkins with illustrations by Jamie Hogan. Naima raced through her morning chores, trying hard to be careful. She washed the laundry in the river, making sure she didn't break any buttons this time. The other girls lazily sloshed clothes around, giggling and gossiping, but today Naima didn't stop to chat. She pumped 4 pails of water at the well, just as Mother had asked, and hauled them back one by one. She sliced eggplant, chili peppers, and onions in tiny, even cubes the way Mother liked them, instead of chopping them quickly into thick chunks the way she usually did. I've already wiped 4 banana leaf plates, Naima announced. Without tearing them? Mother asked, her eyebrows rising like crow's wings. Not a rip in sight. Mother smiled. Well done, Naima. You may wait outside for Father. Naima went quickly to the flat, wide stone just outside the doorway of their hut. Most of the homes in the village looked the same, with smooth clay walls, thatched roofs, dirt paths, and large stone thresholds. They only looked different on holidays, when girls decorated their families' paths and thresholds with painted patterns called alpanas, just as their ancestors had done for generations. In Naima's village on International Mother Language Day, when the whole country celebrated the beauty of their Bangla language, the leaders gave a prize to the girl who painted the best alpanas. Humming under her breath, Naima carefully mixed up a batch of rice powder paint. She'd invented a new pattern of curves, lines, and squares in her mind while doing her chores. Before she started painting, she had to wipe off her last practice design. Stop and think before you act, Mother often reminded her, but she never needed to warn Naima to be thoughtful when it came to painting alpanas. Naima's sister Rashida came home from school. She started combing out her ragdoll's hair and watched Naima erase the stone. You're going to win again this year, sister, she said. I hope so, Naima said. We need another box of paints. And a new pad of paper, Rashida added. Naima had made the prize last for months. She'd mixed colors from the paint box to create new ones. She and Rashida had discussed how to use each precious piece of fresh paper. Should Naima paint a crocodile slinking through lily pads? Or a monkey clutching a coconut as it swung from branch to branch? They picked the best paintings to brighten the dark clay walls inside their one-room hut. The ring of a rickshaw bell made Naima look up. Saleem, their next-door neighbor, was pulling a passenger in his father's rickshaw. Naima watched his skinny legs turn the pedals as he puffed up the hill. The cycle was attached to a brightly painted tin cart with a leather bench and a decorated canopy that shaded customers from the sun. Why don't you and Saleem play together anymore, sister? Rashida asked. Naima dabbed her brush into the paint. She started a border of small circles that would go all the way around the big stone rectangle. When you get older, Mother and the aunts will tell you not to talk to boys, too. They'll say it's not proper. I like playing with everybody at school, Rashida said. Girls and boys. You'll probably stop going soon, anyway, Naima thought. Only Saleem knew how much she'd wanted to keep going to school. But Naima knew her parents couldn't afford to pay fees for two girls. Naima had studied for 3 years. Now it was Rashida's turn. You have to do more chores when you're 10, she said, sighing. Saleem and I are both too busy to play these days. Naima didn't tell her sister about the signal she and Saleem used when they wanted to meet. Saleem tucked a white handkerchief into his pocket. Naima tied a white bow on her braid. Once they'd finished their chores and eaten lunch in their own homes, they'd slip away to talk or play cards together behind the leafy banana trees. These days they only risked the signal for important meetings. You are getting old, sister, Rashida said. You probably won't be able to wear a salwar kameez much longer. Both sisters were dressed in cotton pants, under long-sleeved tunics that came to their knees. Naima made a face. I know, she said, and I can't move fast in a sari. Yards and yards of cloth that you have to wrap around yourself. They look pretty, but I feel as if I'm wearing a big bandage. Mother moves fast in her sari, Rashida said. Naima knew her sister was trying to comfort her. I suppose I will too once I get used to wearing one every day. I think it's hard to grow up, Rashida said, holding her rag doll close. Naima didn't answer, but sometimes she felt the same way. And this has been a preview of Rickshaw Girl.